What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pod Scum. I am, of course, your host, the one and only Reckless Rex Ruger. That, of course, is the Freddie Mercury puppet, lounging on the job as usual, so I'll do all the heavy lifting. We're back with another amazing episode. Let me give myself a look before my guest gets in here, play a little game I like to call Find Rex's Bad Side, which we all know doesn't exist, so I'm not even going to bother. You might be looking at me saying, I know that face, the smoldering good looks, the luscious blonde locks. Well, yes, folks. Let me admit, full disclosure, I am the one and only love child of one Diamond David Lee Roth, which makes me the son of glam, the front man for the band, adored by millions of fans, the peanut butter to your jam, Mr. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, wop, bop, a loo, bop, a wop, bam, bam, shazam, hot damn. Feels good to get that out, man. Every time I get it out, never ceases to amaze me how cathartic it really is. And, of course, sharing with you guys the fact that I do have an estranged relationship with my father. That's one of those things, man, that not a lot of people want to let out. But since you guys show up all the time, since you guys tap in, listen, my viewers, my subscribers, we're like family, El Familia. Plus, your boy Reckless Rex is a man of the people. Listen, I'm willing to share all about my life. I'm an open book, folks. So just know that even at 52 years old, I still got me some daddy issues. Recently saw Pops in concert. There was no teary-eyed father-son reunion like I had hoped. But, hey, the beat goes on, folks. And here we are with another great episode. I'm not going to sit here and cry over spilled milk all day. I will not do it. We're here to have a good time. We're here to chop it up with another great guest. Detroit in the house once again. Just had my boy Mike Cools on the other day, a.k.a. Chino Noir. And today we're going to have Detroit up in here again representing, which I'm very excited, man. This is a band, man, that I have recently stumbled upon, full disclosure. But, man, am I digging these guys a lot. I just am. And, of course, when I get them in here, and, of course, you see me rifling through the phone. You know I won't edit any of that out, folks. Why? Because I just don't. Never, never, ever do I do it. Send in the link right now. And I'll tell you, you all guys know if you tuned in, my stance on editing. Will not do it. I refuse. Life is happening right now. And for posterity's sake, it all must stay in there, folks. That's where I stand. 100 years from now, you know, we're all going to be dead and gone. But the internet, as we all know, is forever. So here we are. And I'm going to let my guests know that I have successfully sent the link. And I wanted any of that out. You guys will just have to take your little cursor and scroll through. Folks, you know what I get. We jump right in here, folks. There's no cute intro song. There's no animation bouncing across your screen. We just dive on in. And we're about to right now. My guest is here, so I'm going to zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket, and we're going to get down to it. So here we go with another one. Lucas.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Exhaling smoke the minute he comes on. I like that, man. I like that. A guy that knows how to unwind after a long, hard day of work.
Oh, man. Tell me about it, dude.
No, I know. I mean, I can't empathize today because I've taken vacation time this week, so I have not had a hard day of work.
Nice.
Yeah. Not really a vacation, though. More like a staycation. I haven't done anything, but sometimes those are the best kind.
Dude, that's even better.
Why go anywhere?
Yeah. Just chill at home. It's cool at home.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It is, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of money that way, you know. I mean, no travel expenses to incur. Just lounge around.
Keeping it conservative. You know what I mean? Conserving the dollars.
Yes, conserving the dollars is huge right there, man. So listen, man, I got to say, man, first of all, is it Lucas' son or is it Lucas' son Tucker?
It's Lucas Tucker. That is my actual government-given name.
Okay, so how does the son come into play?
Honestly, I just we had a Sun amp kicking around here for a while, and I really liked that.
Okay.
And then my brother, who was in the band, his name is Corey Tucker, and he's always used the moniker Borealis.
Okay.
So Corey Borealis, the Borealis lights. That's kind of moony.
Yep.
And so I was just gonna take the sun because it kind of fit. I like the way
I like going with the three names though. It's very serial killer-ish. You know what I mean? You always hear serial killers get the whole three name treatment, you know?
Yeah, and Son Tucker sounds kind of dark, doesn't it?
It does. At large right now, Lucas Son Tucker.
Yeah.
Well, don't incriminate yourself, man. We don't want any indictments coming down because of this podcast. I'd never be able to live with myself.
I admit nothing.
Yeah.
I admit nothing.
Don't fess up anything. Yeah, don't fess up anything. I know how you guys in Detroit are. Serious criminal.
We like to have fun.
Yeah, and I'm an upstate New Yorker, man, so I can't really say that my state is any better, man. Like, we're certainly always loud, arrogant, brash, thinking that we're right.
That's all right, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, I think Detroit and New York are in a lot of ways kindred spirits. Obviously, you saw my interview with Mike Cools. You know, he almost feels like he could be a New Yorker.
That dude seems like he could be from anywhere on the planet.
You could transplant him anywhere. Yeah.
So cool as hell and open and just she knows a cool cat, man.
Awesome. Yeah, he is. So usually I like to kind of go back to the beginning in these things, man. So what was your upbringing like? How did you get into music? Are you one of those guys that grew up? I hear a lot of musicians say they grew up in a musical household. That seems to be a common theme. Did you grow up with parents spinning a lot of records?
Yeah. So our dad, me and Corey's dad, he was always playing in bands. And from when we were little kids, we were allowed to come down to the basement and watch them rehearse, you know. And our grandfather always played drums. He was always a singer. And everybody in our family plays an instrument. They play something. Yeah. And so we were just always around it, you know what I mean? And our dad was always doing it. And it's always what I wanted to do, you know, watching my dad and my uncle and everybody in my family just so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never got to go and watch them at the bars, but I got to load the vans.
But so nobody frowned upon it, though, because obviously a career in the arts can be speculative. There was nobody that was kind of like, maybe you should have something a little more stable. Or maybe you do have something stable.
I do, actually. I do asbestos for a living.
Okay, that's stable.
I remove lead, mold, and asbestos. I actually work for my father.
That's not how the hair turned blue, is it?
Actually, yeah. No, no, it's color.
Wait a minute, you were bald, and I think you just grew asbestus.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Pure chrysotile.
It's asbestos.
Pure asbestos, my friend.
Yeah. But that's good, though, man. So you do have an actual, like, so you do have a responsible job.
Yes, more than 40 hours a week. I have a job.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm a nurse. So, I mean, that's my day job. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when you said that, I think on Chino's episode somewhere in there. And I was like, that fucking guy's a nurse.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
I bet you stick a needle in me. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm more than capable, man. When this hair comes off, I'm all about business, man. All about business.
All about business.
Yeah, all about business. So listen, man, I love this album though, man. And I can't I'm 52 years old, man. So, full disclosure, I'm usually stuck in a time warp when it comes to my listening trends. I find it very hard to not want to revert back to shit that I'm comfortable listening to from, back in the days of my youth. You know what I mean? Right. This podcast has certainly helped. And having done more than 300 episodes, it's been nice to have younger bands on here and give them a platform, because I know it's not easy to make it in the music business nowadays, man. But very rarely, man, do I wholeheartedly really fall for a lot of new music. And I love your new album, man. I love it.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
You're
all right.
Yeah. Evil with Imperfections. So much, I love the title name. I love the fact that it's just, you know what? It's just punk rock enough, man, but still, easy enough on the ears. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's not supposed to be, I don't think we're supposed to be like a really super punk band.
Yeah.
But we just want to be rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not too abrasive. It's not too abrasive to put people off.
Yeah. I just want to be coal driven rock and roll. I don't want to drive anybody away, but I want it to be for whoever wants to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
But you must admit,
I'm glad you really like it though.
But you must admit there is a punk rock aesthetic to it, though.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we just don't want to be labeled like, oh, that's just another punk band. Like, we like to think we're a little rock and a little metal sometimes. We get a little groovy and a little jazzy, and we do some different stuff. But like, there is definitely a punk, chaotic, unpredictable element to this band, and I think that's actually what we like to pride ourselves on. Is like when you come to see us live, like you don't know. I could do my handstand and Corey could come kick me in the gut while I'm doing my handstands, or I could jump in the crowd and grab you and, start a little scuffle in there, because I'd like to have some fun,
Yeah, sure.
Nothing bad, but I just want it to be unpredictable.
Yeah. A la maybe like a G.G. Allen, but you're not smearing shit on people though.
Yeah, not like violent though.
Yeah.
Like I want everybody to know that like this is all in good fun and I don't hate you and like I want this to be for absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
But I know it's not gonna be. Like
right.
You know?
And that's no disrespect to G.G. Allen, but obviously, man, everybody that comes, man, does not want to fucking be brutally assaulted and or covered in feces.
Yeah, no, and that's not what I'm trying to do ever. Yeah. That's funny you say that because I've just recently become a little more of a GG fan.
Me too.
Than I ever was.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
The Carnival of Excess record is so good.
Yeah, when you really scratch the surface and you get below the antics, though, man, the tunes are not that bad or whatever. Yes, he could rub people the wrong way, but I do respect his irreverence and how dedicated he was to it. You know, it might not be for everybody, but I do respect the dedication. The guy will just show up in the club, fucking drop trow, strip down to nothing, man, and just be okay with just walking around the stage, dick swinging, doesn't care.
Yeah, that was his art, and the fact that he never everybody was like, you should stop doing that. He never fucking listened to anybody. He just did what he wanted to do, and I can respect the crap out of that. I mean, sure, he might not have been the best guy ever, but go look into any of your artists. None of them are really the best people. Right.
I'm not sure my beliefs would align necessarily with every actor or musician that I like, but you know what though? I think it's gotten easy in today's era of technology though for everyone to think their opinions matter. Like I just saw John Cougar Mellencamp getting a lot of shit because he's espousing his political views, and people have paid, with all due respect, to hear him sing. And he actually kind of had a little fucking bitch fit about it and fucking left the concert.
I mean, I get it, I guess. I don't know what happened in that situation.
But keep your politics out of it, though. People are kind of, I think, coming there to listen to music and kind of forget about life, you know?
I've always thought that too. And especially in this day and age, like a lot of people are like, I've heard before, like people think it's kind of wrong if you're not like spouting off your political beliefs here and there. And like this, dude, this just isn't a political band. We're about rock and roll. I can give a shit less what the president's doing. That guy doesn't know my name. Right. I'm not going to give it a single breath of air to that because I got rock and roll to do. I'm busy. Yeah, right. When you're getting up in the morning at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. going off to work, these guys aren't losing sleep worrying about you. Yeah, I'm thinking about rock and roll a lot. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should protest more, and I'm sorry, but I don't know, man. I'm just not. It's a lot, you know. It makes me. I think there's a pretentiousness to reaching a certain point in your career, you know, like where you think that because you've made lots of records and you've enjoyed longevity, that somehow your opinions really matter and need to be heard. Hey, I'm John Cougar Mellencamp. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what I mean? People want to know like what I think about politics. You know what I mean? No, people want to hear you play music. They don't want. You didn't get famous because you were a political advocate. No, you play guitar well. Go do that. I mean, if that's your new aspiration in life, put the guitar down and go run for an office then. You know, go start small. Go run for mayor of your town or Congress or something. You know, I mean, if you want to be a political band, I guess do that. You know, whatever. Otherwise, shut up and play Jack and Diane, for God's sakes. God, yes, give it to me. So what's the creative process like when you guys get together, man? Because there's 5 guys in the band. Does someone have the lion's share of the ideas, or are you a collaborative bunch? It's all pretty collaborative. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's usually we'll all get together and I'll have a guitar riff and some lyrics, or Zach and Corey will have like a couple riffs they've been working on that they want to put together to part. Or Jake will have a really sweet drum beat that he wants. It's all collaborative. It all kind of stems from something like that. Yeah. Just an idea that one person has that they can't get out of their head for a few days. Yeah. And then we're like, oh, well, let's work on it. Maybe I can add something to what you're thinking, or maybe Zach thinks something. Maybe he can think about it differently, you know? So everybody has ideas. You try to flesh them out and see if they can become something. Yeah. Sometimes one of us will write like I'll write a whole song, like, because we all play everything. Like Jake, the drummer, can play guitar. I sing. I used to be the drummer for this band. I can play drums, guitar, and bass. Okay. The bass player can play guitar. The guitar players can play bass and drums. Like, we all kind of understand the other elements. So sometimes we'll all write a part for another instrument that we like, and we'll go like that. So you guys can literally like pull a Chinese fire drill on stage and all switch instruments and sit in other places and totally fuck everybody up. We probably could, but we never do. Like, that guy was just singing, and now he's back there on the bass. Like, you guys could really. We want to do that, man, but it's a hard, we're not all singers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody can play everything, but we're not all singers. So
Right.
that gets a little hairy here and there.
But yet I have heard on some of the songs, and I do like it, man, that there is some harmonizing going on, though. Who's doing the harmonizing with you?
My brother, Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like a couple. There's some gang vocals in there that we do. Not very much, though.
Yeah.
We'll all yell together. But Corey does most of the harmonies with me and everything.
But it is nice to hear music that heavy and that aggressive with attempts to harmonize.
Yeah, I mean, we try our best.
Yeah. And so what's the main ingredient, man? Like, how does a good song for you guys get spawned? What usually typically comes first? A title, a riff, an opening line? How does it usually start?
Dude, it's usually like a riff. Like,
yeah.
And yeah, I take that back. It's a riff, but it's us jamming a lot. Because, we're in our basement right now. This is our basement. I have a mixing board right here in front of me. This is the computer that I use to mix. And then, that's a microphone right there.
Okay.
There's mics all around this room. So when we practice, every time we practice, I hit record. And we'll just get into, improv jams kind of out of songs. And then we'll have to stop and be like, that was really cool. Let's go back and listen to that. And then, okay, let's do that some more. And just, it's that main ingredient comes from a lot of different places, a lot of different times. And it's never from one place.
And when you put an album out like this, it's 9 songs, comes in at 32 minutes. Do you put a lot of, or do you have a lot of discussions about the amount of songs in the, in the length of a project? Because obviously dwindling attention spans, I probably don't need to tell you this, it seems like it's going back to a singles world or smaller bodies of work, EPs. It seems like we can't digest albums anymore in this world, or we can't just sit down and drop a needle on something and give 40 minutes or 60 minutes of our time anymore. So do you guys conscientiously have discussions about that?
Not really. No, because those 9 songs, we had 12 songs when we went in the studio to do that record.
Okay.
And we knew that the other 3 weren't going to be on the record. We already knew, because they weren't, I don't know. We had already played it. We've been playing them for a while. We just didn't want to put them on the record. You know what I mean? And we knew that 9 songs is enough. As long as this record's about half an hour, that's all we care about.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if it was longer, we wouldn't. It would probably be longer if we had more songs that were ready for that record.
And what comes of those other 3 songs, though? What do you do with those other 3 songs?
We've been playing them live and reworking them and just, just seeing what else can we do with them? Didn't really think they were ready.
Right.
Just wanted to see if we could do something else with them. And those 9 songs that we put on that record are it's all killer. It is killer. There's nothing in there that we felt was like, oh, well, that song's okay. Those 9 songs, we were fucking pumped on every one of them, and we listened to shit out of them, and we
rightfully so
loved all of them to heart. And we would play them in the car, and we felt like we were on top of the world. And it was just no question. We were like, those 9 songs, that's it. That's what we play live a lot of the time. That's what people respond to.
Yeah,
that's what we like. So that's what goes. And it's not, I don't know, we're all on the same page a lot of the time with a lot of this.
And so I know we mentioned G.G. Allen, in jest a little bit, man. But who were your influences as a performer? Because I've watched some clips of you guys on YouTube. You are a very energetic performer. You do some unorthodox stuff on stage. There is a lot of, we talked about that irreverence with G.G. Allen. You certainly are coming across as a larger than life personality up there, man. Where does that come from, man? Were there guys that you looked at and said, I'm going to take parts of this one and parts of that one? I like what this front man does. I like what this front man does.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're a Detroit band,
right?
You know what I mean? So, I got John Brannon I love that guy. I love all of his bands. Laughing Hyenas, Negative Approach, Easy Action. Those are amazing. And he's a great front man.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop. Come on. Yeah. The way that guy bends his body is, I do my handstands and I bend my back. That's it. I was trying to do what Iggy does, but a little different and
homage.
Do it on my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and it's Jim Morrison and Lou Reed. I like what those guys do and stuff. And it's not really punk or hardcore, but they would come out and they would do stuff like not pay attention to the audience. but also like Jim would like look at the audience and make eye contact with people, you know?
Yeah.
And that is so captivating when you're watching a band and like you could see like the bass player, the guitar player, the singer, like he's going from person to person, making staunch eye contact with everybody. And that it captivates people. They get uncomfortable, and that's what I'm trying to do up there. I just want to make you feel different than you feel in your normal life. And that too, I don't, I get kind of nervous about being myself, and I have a lot of anxiety when it comes to trying to just be myself and be all right, you know what I mean? And man, when I get on stage, it's easy, you know what I mean? I don't have to think about it. I can spit on the ground and bend myself in half and beat my hands into the stage and pull my hair, and nobody's gonna tell me I'm being some kind of way, because I'm performing, and that's the point of it. And it's just to get out whatever that I can't get out on a normal day, you know what I mean?
And so what are you guys' goals as a young band? You know what I mean? Like, you obviously mentioned that you have a day job. I'm assuming the other guys in the band do too. But what is the big goal, man? You know what I mean? When a young band gets started nowadays, man, what's the big goal? Because obviously the industry is not the same. We don't see big labels anymore. It is hard to make it now in the music industry more than ever, although it is easy to get your stuff out there. Anybody can put stuff up on streaming platforms. Whether or not anybody gives a shit is a different story. But I mean, what direction do you go in as a young band?
I mean, we just want to play and like do the thing for ourselves. You know what I mean? We don't want to necessarily want to be able to like, oh, I pay my rent off my band. That's not the point. But like, we just want to keep putting out records and keep writing rock and roll and like inspiring people. Like after shows, like if we can get some kid, some 18-year-old dude or whatever, 19-year-old dude who's like, hey man, I seen you guys 2 weeks ago and it was so sweet. I went and bought a bass and I bought an amp, and like I just want to like, dude, come to our house. I'll fucking jam with you. Like I'll teach you how to play. Like I just let me just know that like in some way, shape, or form that like I touched somebody to the heart and gave them something special that they can carry on through their morals of art and life and wanting to do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
But in some respect, though, you do like the music to captivate people, and you would certainly love to see the band be successful.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it goes off and I would love to play other states and just tour around and like, if that happens in some way where somebody else is booking the tours and it's not me anymore, that's awesome. But like in my head, like, dude, we made it. We're fucking happy and we play all the time. And even if we're not playing shows, we get together and jam, and it's so fun. Like the fun isn't gone. It's not dead. We're not angry. It's just fun. It's, you know what I mean? And that
needs to be brought back in rock and roll too. That needs to be brought back in rock and roll. It used to be it used to be downright fun. You don't hear a lot of bands, and I talk to a lot of people on here, man. Yeah, they're still doing it, man, but you don't see a lot of it. And maybe I'm reading the signs on the wall wrong or whatever, man. I'm sure they wouldn't still be doing it if they weren't having fun on some level. But no one seems exuberant. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like rolling a boulder uphill. And I realize it's tough. Touring nowadays costs money. There's no label support. It's hard to get your music out there. There's lots of competition. I get it. It's a tough time to be a musician nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And I mean, it's a labor of love, dude.
It is.
It's you do this because you want to do this, not because it's gonna pay for your dinner. Like, you know what I mean? It's fun, And so I've always said that musicians do this because they have to do this. Like if they didn't do this, they'd be going crazy. You know what I mean? Even if you know what I mean? I know I can't eat, but like if I can't scream at those 4 people that came to the show that night and just have some fun with them, then I'm going to go nuts tomorrow. And I'm going to freak out on my boss. And
is it hard for you to get up? Is it hard for you to get up, because you do have a lot of energy on stage, but you make a good point. When you come out there and it is for lack of a better term, a lackluster crowd, you know what I mean? Maybe it isn't jam-packed out there. As a performer who does what you do, how do you get yourself amped up if it's 3 people out there?
Dude, we just get ready. Whether it's 1 person or 1 billion people, you play the same show.
Yeah.
It's never different. You know what I mean? Like, like we've played the empty bars, and like those videos you see of us, it's the same thing in an empty bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a full crowd. We do that at practice, you know.
Whoever's there deserves right. Well, whoever shows up deserves the best show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even if it's just the ghost that's been in that room for 100 years, he's gonna see a good show.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna he'll remember it. Like, it'll be fun, you know. And
yeah.
That's just always what I've thought. There was a documentary. Oh, what was the name of that documentary? PJ20. It was about Pearl Jam.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that documentary?
Oh, many times. Yeah.
Okay, so they say when they were talking about the singer for Mother Love Bone,
how he played, how he played, like even if it was the doorman in the back of the room, he played.
Yeah, whether it was there was 5 people or 500 people.
Yeah.
What's his name? Andy.
I've had his brother on a few times.
Yeah, he always played
because before Mother Love Bone, he was in a band called Malfunction.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's the band where he was playing to the people. It was Andy Wood, his brother Kevin Wood, who I've had on the podcast a couple times. They started Malfunction, and they were very loud, very frenetic, very punk rock. Then when he got into Mother Love Bone, that was with the Pearl Jam guys, and they had a little more of a polished sound. They were being courted by a bunch of labels or whatever. But he started, and it was Malfunction with a funny spelling. It was MALFUNKSHUN, Malfunction. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. But and Andy sang and played bass in that band, and his brother Kevin played guitar, and they had a drummer. They were a 3-piece, and they were loud, obnoxious. But he still pranced around and talked about being from Olympus and being, Landrew the Love Child, and like played it like it was a huge stadium.
Yeah.
I
mean, you should play every gig like you're playing in front of the entire world.
Well, he was kind of one of the rare guys in Seattle that wasn't clad in flannel and wasn't all doom and gloom. He was kind of like, I think his brother called him like the David Lee Roth of that scene, ironically. You know what I mean? Like, he actually liked the glam. He used to wear some makeup, kind of portray himself as a little androgynous. You know what I mean? So like he was very the antithesis of what, grunge became, where it was all heavy and somber and flannel and depressing lyrics, which I love all that stuff. It's great, but I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes that wasn't really Andy. Yeah. But I think Andy was always on full tilt, though. He was like, from what his brother says, he was always in performer mode. I mean, he walked around Seattle looking like that,
Well, that was just who he was. It wasn't an act, That's just that guy. Like,
yeah. He's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah. Rest in peace, the great Andy Wood. Yeah, I know. You know what? A lot of the greats, man, have unfortunately passed. It's a shame, man. We're losing more greats all the time, too. It sucks.
More and more greats are going, but hopefully more are rising. You know what I mean? More coming around, hopefully.
Well, I think Chino made that point in his interview with me, that there's no labels around to really invest in making these characters. The industry used to invest, and that's how you got a Madonna and a Prince, and how you got some of these guys. You know what I mean? Because there was there was backing behind them to manifest them and to make them. You know what I mean? Like, now I don't know where they come from.
It was a company. It was a logo. It was a thing to sell people. Madonna, you're gonna buy Madonna. Like,
right.
Like,
yeah.
And
I mean, now I think you can
like
be
that anymore.
No, it's not like that. And if you want to become that, you've really got to. It's really DIY nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. You have to want it. You know what I mean? Like Chino said, nobody's gonna do this for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to want it.
Yeah.
You got to go get it. I'm a big fan of the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen that documentary about them? Dig? Have you ever seen that movie?
No, but I will now. I like when people recommend stuff to me. Yeah.
It's about them and the Dandy Warhols and like their time together and stuff. But he says they're talking about like how they got where they are or whatever in that movie, and he's like, we never, it was just on our playing and stuff like that. Like, we're not in a magazine because some label put some money up to put us in a magazine. Like, that guy just fucking liked our band.
Right.
And we bothered him, and Anton called him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he went and did that for himself. So, I'm a big believer in like doing it for yourself. Go put your own record out. You don't need somebody to put your record out. You can go do it.
You can. Yeah.
It's expensive, but like, so is everything. So is your car. Do you care about your car? Do you care about your music? Go put your album out.
And so do you guys have any label support, or was Evil with Imperfections all you guys?
It was all us. We did that ourselves. We paid for all of it, and we distributed ourselves. Like, if you see posts about like, oh, this is here in this store now, it's because we fucking went to that store and we were like, hey, would you guys want to carry a couple copies of this? And we made a deal with those people. Like, no wig went and took our shit there and fucking sold it to them. We sold it to them.
Right.
And I'm a big advocate in that, you know.
Is
You
it
have to move
satisfying? Yeah, it's probably a little bit satisfying, right? Boots on the ground, going and doing it yourself.
Yeah, and it is. It's super, like, you know, at the end of the day, like when you get home, and we just spent our whole day going to Berkeley, Warren, Southwest, and Dearborn to get our records in 4 different stores, and we're like, fuck, that was a long day. Like, we had to talk to a lot of people and introduce ourselves to fucking 20 different people, and that sucked. Like, cool though, we did it though, man. We're in some stores. Look at, because of us, we did that.
Right.
Like, and it's super. It is empowering. Like, you know what I mean? Makes you feel like you're doing something.
You guys got to be your own PR. Go around and press the flesh, shake some hands.
Yeah, man. And
yeah,
I mean, that's what I want. I've always wanted to do, you know, have a band and go be the guy and talk to people and meet people and just get to know everybody, you know.
There's integrity in it too. There's integrity in it.
There is. Like, I like doing this, and the band, like, we like booking for ourselves and speaking for ourselves, and nobody, you know what I mean? If you email us, we email you back. Nobody else does.
Right.
Yeah.
And so where do you stand on you know, since you brought up touring and playing shows, man, like what level of touring are you guys doing right now? Because you have day jobs or whatever, man. Like, what liberties, you know, do you have? Like, you guys aren't in a position where you could just say, hey, we're going to go off for 4 weeks.
Yeah, not all the time. And also, like, you know, we all have bills and stuff like that. So we can only, whenever we do tour, it's about a week.
Yeah.
And so right now we're not really planning tours, but we're planning like weekend trips.
Right.
So we're actually coming to New York and Connecticut in November, I believe. November 14th and 15th. We're coming.
But when you say New York, what does New York mean? Because many times when I tell people that I'm from New York, they will instantly ask what borough. Now, I am 4 hours from where you think the major New York City. People don't seem to realize that when you leave New York City, there is a whole upstate and a whole hundreds of miles of the rest of fucking New York State. You know?
Oh yeah, there's a whole nother New York. But
I am not in Brooklyn. I am not in the Bronx. I am not in Queens. I am nowhere near there.
Yeah. So I think we are going to New York City. Some friends of ours in Connecticut, they're called Soft Spot.
Yeah.
Really awesome, like groovy, dreamy grunge project. But they're really good friends of ours, and so we're gonna go do those 2 dates with them out there. They're booking them. So,
well, if New York ever comes up on the agenda again, try to squeeze in and try to remember Syracuse, New York. That would be very close for me.
Yeah, where at? Where's the venue? What venue?
Well, let's see.
What's
Lost
the
Horizon.
good spot in Syracuse?
Lost Horizon.
Lost Horizon.
Yeah, that's a notorious dive bar, but almost all the big extreme metal bands over the years and other bands, Starcrawler's been through there recently. You know, but then last week they just had Crowbar and I Hate God. You know what I mean? So they'll have extreme metal bands. You know, but they'll also have, like, I've been there to see Buck Cherry a couple of years ago before they were going to go out and do a huge stadium tour. They wanted to warm up, so seeing them in a little club gig like that was nice. The Westcott Theater.
Westcott Theater.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
And then there's another club that recently opened up in downtown Syracuse called the Song and Dance, which sounds cheesy, but a lot of fucking great acts have been going there, though.
No, I'm with it. I'm literally writing these down.
Yeah.
And
so when you make this album, man, for people that haven't heard it, and again, your band is Cherry Drop. The album is Evil with Imperfections. If people haven't heard it, how would you describe it? Because I hate to slap a label on something. Me and Chino were talking about genres the other day and what to call his band. And but so, you know, if you were the PR guy right now and you were describing it to somebody, what would you say?
It's raw Detroit rock and roll. That's what it is. That's all it is, man. It's raw Detroit rock and roll, and it doesn't get any rawer than that's what it is, man. You know? Like, I couldn't tell you.
Because you know how the rock world can be sometimes, and I deal with a lot of extreme and metal musicians, and have a lot of guys, you know, from the metal world. And the metal world loves to have, like, you know, there's death metal, and then there's grindcore, and melodic deathcore, and this core, and that core. There's a fucking core for everything. You know what I mean? Like, there's just too many genres and too many subgenres of those genres. You know?
There's too much of that, and like I that's why I've gone to just calling it raw Detroit rock and roll. That's what it is. We're not perfect. a lot of these songs have mistakes in them, and that's because this is rock and roll. Rock and roll isn't perfect.
Yeah.
And it was never supposed to be.
I'm glad you're saying that. I'm glad you're saying that because I think Pro Tools, I think Pro Tools has spoiled the world, and I think now, like when we go see bands live, man, we want to see perfection. So now everyone's a music critic taking out their phones, and then they're running home and saying, "Hey, these guys just don't have the chops anymore. Hey, look how many times they fucked up." You know what I mean? Hey, it's right. You're right. You said it's rock and roll.
Rock and roll isn't perfect, man. I don't know when you guys started making rules for this shit, but it's I started doing it because there's no coach.
I mean, remember back in the 70s, a lot of bands made like live rock albums. It was the thing to do in the late 60s, 70s. And they left it. If somebody hit a clunker of a note, they left it on the album.
Yeah, we left ours on the record. There's mistakes on that record. And that's just what it is. Like if you come see us live, you're gonna hear mistakes when it's live. If you go hear that record was done pretty live. Yeah. Yeah, like the only thing we overdubbed is like a couple guitar solos and then the lyrics. That's it. Like all the music is live. That was all done in like 1 or 2 takes. We did that record in 2 days.
Wow, that's impressive.
A weekend. We knocked that out on a Saturday and a Sunday, and then that was the record. We were done. Were you guys like up against the clock because you were purchasing your own studio time, or no? No, not at all. It was we didn't even the studio we go to. He's a good family friend of my family. Okay, and I've known that guy probably since I was a baby. And I think he's just psyched to see some real, not metal, but just like some rock and roll coming out of Detroit. Some young guys just doing rock and roll, not metal, not fucking anything super heavy or screamo. They're just doing rock and roll. And I think that he likes that. And he just gave us as much time as we needed and wasn't pushy. And what do you guys do? You go and you knock the songs out in 2 days. And then, like, once a song is done, do you go back and listen, or do you just say that's in the fucking can? We're not tweaking it. We're not looking back. Yeah. So we'll go. We busted the weekend out, and then we left it to Vinny for like 4 weeks to mix. You know what I mean? And when he mixed it, he sent us back to it, and we listened to the crap out of it. Yeah. For like probably 3 weeks. Yeah. Like just every day in our cars, different speakers, different people's houses, different rooms, everywhere. Right. And then like after that 3 weeks, I messaged Vinny and I was like, hey man, we want to change this one thing, but that's it. It really wasn't very much changes. Vinny's been doing this for a long time. Yeah. And he knows what we want. So it was a couple minor tweaks. He sent us the remix. We listened to it. Loved it. Good to go. Got the master in a week. Sent it off for pressing. So it was a lot of like listening to the record, but in terms of playing it and like cutting it, it was like, go. You're not going to have this many tries on stage. Why would we have this many tries here? Exactly. Go. Yeah. Yeah. And we wanted it to sound like a live record. We wanted it to sound like when you come to see us live. We don't want to fool you. You know what I mean? Right. Right. When you hear this June, and you made it in June, so. I know it's still a fairly new album, but how soon do you start writing material for the next one? Obviously, I think people want to get material out there so fast nowadays, and I think that's why people are releasing the singles. They're afraid that there's such an influx of music. Oh my God, I might be yesterday's news very quickly. I got to get something out, to stay on people's radar. How fast do you guys think about like a follow-up? Have you already started writing stuff? I mean, or you let this one marinate for a little while? Yeah, the new record already has 3 songs that are completely finished. Okay. And, if I had to guess, it would probably be out around April or May
of 2026. Okay.
2026. Yeah. April or May. That's rough. Don't everybody take me for quote listening to this right now. But I think there's about 3 songs done, and I assume there's going to be 9 or 10 songs on this record. We're not probably going to do very more than that. So I mean, it's already in works. So in utero. Yeah. So just 2 months after that one came out, we're already working on the next one. And do you think about like are you guys committed to obviously you're committed to the sound that you've created for this band, but do you see yourself tweaking things, or God forbid taking the sound to other places? I know that's a double-edged sword, because people either want you to stay consistent, and then the minute you change, they're all over your ass about it. But then if you're still making the same stuff, they're on your ass about that too. So. Yeah. When we're at practice and we're jamming and stuff, we're doing improv, we do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
we end up getting really bluesy, and we do a lot of like quiet funk stuff. And I think like for the public, we'll probably go into some more of that, you know.
Yeah.
But man, we love to shovel coal. We love to just be fast and be loud, and we like to do that. And I don't think that will ever go away. I think that element will always be there. But yeah, I think definitely like just moving some different elements in, different kinds of music, different kinds of styles and riffs and different tones. I think we'll always be experimenting and working with new stuff, you know.
Because I'm by no means a musician, so this is coming from like a layman, but you can kind of tell when you listen to this album, you know, you're saying, you know, aggressive, you know, balls out rock and roll, but you can definitely tell that you guys have chops though, man. The instrumentation and like, you know, your band is obviously, you know, amazing players.
Dude, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. And I'm sure they're gonna ball crying when they hear that as well.
I mean, you can just tell though, you know. I mean, and again, I don't play an instrument, but obviously I've been listening to music my whole life. I deal with a lot of musicians on here. I try to, you know, I don't just have someone on here and not know what it is that they do. You know what I mean? I give their stuff a fair shake. I listen to it. You know what I mean? Or I'm already previously a fan.
Right. I mean, I could see that too, man. I dig your show a lot, dude.
Thank you.
I've been, listening to it at work the past couple days, and it's cool, man. I like that. I'm not a huge boxing fan. I don't know a lot about boxing, so I haven't dove that much into the boxing aspect of it. But, dude, you just you are a fan too, and that's
I try to entertain. I'm trying to scratch two itches, basically. You know what I mean? Because boxing's a big passion of mine too. You know what I mean? But so is but when I started podcasting, the music one came first. Then the boxing one was kind of spawned from like an idea of me and my son doing a podcast together, and then. And then he stopped after about 160 episodes because he's got 4 kids. He's got a family. It got hard for him to make all the interviews. It got tough for him. You know what I mean? He was going out to his car and trying to hide out and get some quiet time, and kids are knocking on the window and stuff. It got hard for him to keep doing it. You know what I mean? I'm an empty nester, man. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I have a little more, you know, solitude here, you know?
Right.
It's a little easier to do. It's not easy to podcast, man, when there's a lot of commotion going around.
No, it's not. And yeah, I get it, man. We were supposed to have practice today, actually. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna meet with this guy. I'm gonna do this interview today, actually. But like the rest of the band's upstairs. We all live together.
I was gonna ask, man, you guys all like live together, man? Is that where all this band harmony comes from?
Yeah. So all of us except the drummer. The drummer is married, and him and his wife have a house over in Oak Park. But yeah, the band's me, Corey, Zach, and Dale. So the singer and the strings, we all live together here in a house in Dearborn Heights.
And so you got one of you guys got married off, man. So he's out of the house. He's gone. He's domesticated.
He's
domesticated.
Out.
Yeah.
He's domesticated. He's got a leash on now. That's all right. But
hey, listen, man. I mean, as long as the wife still lets him out on the weekends to rock and roll, I mean, that's all that really matters, you know?
You don't mind. She's cool. We love Taylor.
Yeah.
Shout out Taylor. We love you.
Shout out to Taylor, man. I mean, come on, you got to let the guy off the leash, man. This band needs a what does he play?
Drums.
Come on, man. He's the backbone. I mean,
he's the most important fucking. We need him. If he's not here, we're in real fucking trouble.
Yeah. But so are you a guy who ascribes to any type of, you know, of voice care doing what you do, or do you just get up there and belt it out? I know some guys emphasize warming up, or they do different, especially if they've been doing it for a while. Warm tea, honey, this type of things, you know what I mean? Like, or are you just a guy that just says, I show up and I get on there and I just do my thing?
I like to warm up with a couple vodka tonics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that warms up. Yeah, I do that. I don't really do warm-ups. In the winter, sometimes I'll have like a cup of hot tea and stuff. That's just because it's winter and my throat gets really dry in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that opens it up. But other than that, like, 9 times out of 10, we're going to play a show. My warm up is vodka tonics and doobies outside. Like,
yeah.
There
you go, kids. There you go, kids starting a band out there, young kids. You just found out the recipe for a front man right there: vodka and tonics and weed.
Vodka, tonic, and weed.
Yeah,
that's all you got to do. And
I don't think you're reinventing the wheel. I think there's a lot of front men that have probably gone that route.
Yeah, man. I'm not. I mean, I took pages straight out of the book.
Exactly. Yeah. I think there's a blueprint. There's the blueprint, and I'm sure it does involve booze and copious amounts of marijuana. You're not, you're certainly not the first. You're certainly not the first front man that stumbled across that formula.
No, there's a great book out there that takes a lot of quotes from rock and roll people. It's called Please Kill Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever read that book?
I haven't read it, but no, it sounds good.
Check it out. Everybody go read Please Kill Me. It's a great book. But yeah, that the Vodka and Tonics and Doobies, that's a straight out of that Please Kill Me book. That is.
I'd like to hear a book recommendation because I am an avid reader. It is nice to have a guest on here and make a book recommendation. I, for the longest time, was always on here fucking touting the memoir by Mark Lanigan, one of my favorite books.
Hell yeah, I haven't read that one. I haven't heard it.
Oh my God. But you got to do the audio version of it because Mark Lanigan, you know who Mark Lanigan is, Screaming Trees. Yeah.
I would love his voice on an audiobook too.
Listen to me. Awesome. Listen to me when I tell you this is almost 11 hours of him telling his story. And a lot of the book is very harrowing. It's a lot of him getting into a lot of dark shit with Kurt Cobain and Lane Staley. A lot of dark shit. You know, those were two of his best friends, but I mean, just trying to score a heroin in foreign countries, going into some dark neighborhoods, tying off and shooting up in some crap. I mean, it is really fucking not for the faint of heart, man, but literally one of the greatest book I've ever read as far as rock memoirs go. And I've read a lot of them.
Yeah, you should check out Please Kill Me, dude.
I will. And Mark Lanigan's book is called Sing Backwards and Weep.
Sing Backwards and Weep.
And listen, if you got a place
I think it's actually on my audiobooks, like suggested right now.
Oh, do yourself a favor then. Make sure that you fucking get it. And it's narrated by him in that gravelly Tom Waits-esque voice that he has. You know what I mean?
He's got the best voice. I always love
Unbelievable book. Unbelievable. And I don't usually, I'll recommend and refer books to people, man, but I don't usually talk books up like this. For a while, I was really on a soapbox on this podcast of really talking up Lanigan's book, man. And now, obviously, he's another one. We just mentioned people that are, that are legendary, that have passed on. Obviously we lost him a couple of years ago too, man. But yeah, he literally doesn't get his just due when it comes to that grunge scene. He's not always mentioned with the Kurt Cobains and the Eddie Vedders and the Chris Cornells and the Lane Staleys, but I equate him every bit is right there, man.
Hell yeah.
A legend.
There's always musicians like that never get all the credit they deserve. Man.
Well, when I think of grunge, I think of him and Lane the most, and particularly Mark, man, because when you read this book, man, it leaves you feeling like you need a shower afterwards. You feel grungy. You feel really grungy. Yeah, it's very
dirty, crusty.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, yeah, like when you read this book, like you think, man, okay, this is the life of somebody that would be in grunge, you know what I mean? Like it just sounds like Kurt was probably headed there, but he didn't have a long enough life. You know what I mean? Lane probably lived a grunge life too. The rest of those guys don't know anything about grunge. You know what I mean? The Pearl Jam guys, as much as I love them, man, all they did was wear some flannels and make some great songs. These guys were living the grunge life though, and I'm not saying heroin equates to a grunge life. But these guys were just like, on the road, in strange countries, popping heroin and not showering for days, unkept. You know what I mean? Like these were grunge guys, Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just the easiest life for them.
Right.
I mean? They lived dirty. They didn't just talk about being dirty. You know?
And Screaming Trees didn't enjoy the success of some of their Seattle contemporaries either. You know what I mean? Like they often weren't like, they didn't have like, multi-platinum albums and stuff like that,
Yeah, they're not the one that everybody talks about when you talk about like Seattle rock back then.
No, they're not.
Nirvana
no, they're not. But all those guys respected Mark Lanigan though, man. Lane and Kurt really looked up to him though, man. You know what I mean? Like they really, and in turn, I think they helped him a lot in some financial dark periods. He talks in the book a couple of times, man, like about him scoring heroin for Kurt and Kurt just taking money out of the ATM and just giving him, like a few $1,000s. I mean, at the pinnacle of Nirvana's career, taking care of each other,
Yeah. Wow.
I can't recommend it enough. I would be happy if this interview ended and you immediately purchased that audiobook.
I think I'm going to. I think I will.
Do yourself a favor. And for the longest time, it started to become like my thing where I don't fall asleep to music anymore. I literally will put on an audiobook and I'll kind of position it under my pillow so it's just muffled enough where I can fall asleep to it. And Lanigan would put me to sleep almost every night hearing his stories, man. You know what I mean? And for some reason I had pneumonia last year, and he was the voice that was comforting me through it. I kept wanting to hear his audiobook. He's got a very comforting voice.
Mark Lanigan, you got me through my sickness.
You got me through my darkest times. It's kind of funny because all you're reading about is literally dark times. That's the whole book is just dark times.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of those books are, man. From troubled musicians and shit like that. Like it is dark.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's not. I wouldn't say that you'll come out of it like, depressed and want to go slit your wrist. I mean, he's got some great memories of, of people he got to meet, people he got to play with. He got to open, after he went solo, he got to do some shows and got to meet Johnny Cash. He talks about some happy moments like in his life, certainly, man.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of darkness because obviously he lived the life of an addict for a lot of years,
Yeah. I would love to read that and just hear what he is about and try to relate to that. You know what I mean? I've had my own problems with addiction through my life. And
yes, I have too. Yeah, I have too. And he's very candid. He's very candid, fucking like about his sexual escapades and all the wrong choices he's made, and going
I bet
bareback with girls, and sharing dirty needles. You know what I mean? Like, he's very candid about all that stuff. So it isn't like he sugarcoats or glosses over anything, man. That's why I think it ranks up there for me in his books, because I know a lot of these rock stars are trying to shock you with their tales of debauchery, man. You know what I mean? And maybe they candy coat things a little bit, man. But he's really shooting from the hip, though, man.
Yeah. You like audiobooks and stuff like that.
Well, the only reason is, man, is because I had a couple of detached retina surgeries a couple of years ago, man. So reading physical books has gotten a little more difficult. Audiobooks have been a godsend, man. They really have.
I get it, man. I spend, like I said, 40 to 60 hours a week at work. All day at work, I'm doing audiobooks and stuff like that. But you should listen to John Waters has a book called Role Models.
Oh, I will. I love John Waters. Yeah.
It is so good. He just talks about like all the
narrates his own audiobooks too. He narrates too.
Yes, he does narrate it. And his voice is, I mean, he's so like sensual the way he talks. And I love his narration. But that book is super dirty and wild and just on a whole. I've never heard stuff like that, you know what I mean, until I listened to that book. But it's a great audiobook. You should listen to that, dude.
And I got to say, man, that the Mark Lanigan book turned me on to a lot of great music, too, man, because he has some really interesting musical taste, that he shares in there, too. Like, I didn't even know who the hell the Gun Club was. He got me into the Gun Club big time, man. A great band.
No idea who that is.
Absolutely great band. He formed a friendship, like, with the lead singer, man. But they're like, they're almost like a punk rock Creedence Clearwater revival.
Hell yeah.
A very interesting sound, man. Yeah, like almost like rockabilly-ish. Huh?
I love CCR. I'm a big fan of CCR.
I do too. Yeah, and see, this is what I love to do on my podcast, man. We're talking about your music, and now suddenly we're talking about books and going off on tangents about other stuff, which is lacking in this country, man. Conversation is not at a premium anymore.
Yeah, dude. Nobody wants to have long conversations. I mean, everything is like 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it's over 60 seconds, that's going to get filtered out, and it's too
TikTok
long.
generation. It's a TikTok generation.
Man, you guys got to get out of that, dude.
Yeah. And I'll go into like my local Barnes and Noble, and I'll see like people in the cafe, 6, 7 college students sitting around, and nobody's talking. They're all in their own phones. There's no communication going on.
Right? Don't you guys have opinions about a bunch of shit?
Right. Talk. Sharing some information here, man. Nobody's looking up at all, man. And I realize that that's kind of a double-edged sword. I say that on here all the time because I'm doing a podcast. I suppose I want people to be on their laptop or in their device watching my podcast. But I mean, listen, don't watch me a lot either. You know what I mean? Like small doses of everything,
Yeah, everything in moderation, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the ugly side of the technology, man. Even my grandkids, man, they'll get stuck on those games and those tablets and arguing and fighting. And when the parents have to take them away, they're getting chippy about it. I mean? They don't want to be torn away from it.
Yeah, no, they don't like it. It's like a drug.
It's a drug. It is. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. It's a drug. Technology is one of the more dangerous drugs that people don't actually classify as a drug.
Yeah, it is. It is a drug, man. I mean, you're going to tell me that you can sit down and scroll through shorts for 3 hours,
right,
and not think about anything. That's not a drug,
right.
I've done heroin. That's what that does to you.
Yeah.
You just don't think about anything, and you sit there for a couple of hours. You know what I mean?
You just fucking zonked out somewhere. Yeah,
dude. Like it's a really bad thing. That's, I think, taking a lot of motivation out of the world and a lot of art that the world could have, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's hard. I get it. You know what I mean? It's hard to get out of that and just go. The world is boring.
Yeah,
it's a boring place. It's hard to make fun out of this.
And so for people that haven't come to see you live, man, I've watched some clips on YouTube, and I'm sure obviously other people could do that too, man. But I mean, like, what would you say? Hey, you come to see Cherry Drop live, you can expect this.
You can expect a freight train.
Yeah,
we're gonna punch you in the face with loud rock and roll. You know what I mean? And we just want to see you dance, and we just want to see you sing and smile and have fun. That's it, you know?
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to do that, if you just want to stand there with your hands in your pockets and watch, that's cool too, man. We just want you to have fun. You know what I mean? All the stuff that you can't forget during the week, we want you to forget when you're watching us.
But ideally, though, man, you know what I mean? Like, you're downplaying, like, a little bit, like, about, like, you know what I mean? Like, the simplicity of your career and just wanting to entertain people or whatever. But I got to think on some level, with as great as these songs are, man, you know, that you guys have to be dreaming and thinking bigger, though, right? I mean, okay, maybe you're not obsessing on it, man, but you have to, on some level, I hate to use the word rock, become rock stars or anything. I don't even know if there's rock stars exist anymore, man. But you guys want, but you guys want bigger than this, though, right? Like, you guys would probably, I mean,
yeah, we do.
I'm sure you'd love to quit your day job and be making a living as a musician, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be just playing every night, and doing that. You know what I mean? More than anything, and if that can happen, whoever can make that happen, fucking call me.
Yeah.
We'll make a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But someone take these guys on tour, man. Yeah. I don't know who this is.
Let's go.
I don't know who this is gonna like appeal to, because I'm not exactly rollingstone.com over here. I don't know how many of the masses I'm reaching. Obviously, you've got an open for Chino, though, right?
What, an open?
Or like play with you've gotten to play with Supreme Mystic?
Yeah, I don't think we've played with them yet, but we're playing on the same bill with them for their record release, actually, in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are, I got to hear that record a while ago, because I had Chino on a couple years ago, man. So I kind of got a little sneak peek of it, man. It's awesome.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I've heard probably a little more of it than everybody else here in Detroit.
Yeah, I have to. I have to. And it does. And I told him this on the podcast too, though, man. You know, it does take me back to that 90s era of grunge. You know what I mean? He's got a better voice than I think even he realizes, man. You know?
Yeah, and I love the way that guy writes. Like, the way he writes lyrics and stuff like that. Like, I don't know another band that is like positive hardcore. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Chino is as hardcore as any of these other dudes out there, but his message is positive.
Yes.
And he's not trying to bring you down in any way or anything. He literally just wants to lift everybody up all the time.
Well, he's rooted in a good place, though. His spirituality, I think, keeps him rooted in a good place, though. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's a spiritual rock.
He is. Yeah, he's got his core beliefs, man, and he doesn't stray from them. I think that's what's important, you know. And you can hear that. You can hear that in the music too.
Yeah, you can. And I've always loved that about him and respected that dude for him. And I'm super excited for the rest of Detroit and the world to hear Supreme Mystic's new record. I mean, it's gonna kill.
Yeah. But let's just not take the focus off of okay, so where's the title of the album come from? Evil with Imperfections. Like, you guys throw out about how does a newer band, come up with titles, man? You guys all throw titles in a hat? I mean, who suggests Evil with Imperfections?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But that actually came from the track License.
Okay.
On the record. So we had just written License. And it was like the last song that we wrote for the record.
Right.
And we didn't have a name yet. And we were like, what are we going to come up with? And we didn't know anything. And then Corey had said, like, hey, I have this riff. So we wrote License out of it. And the first time we played License, like all together, all the way through.
Yeah.
We were like, fuck, man, that was awesome. Like, that was so together. And it was mean, but it wasn't overproduced. Like, It was like a black pearl. Like, it was like Evil with Imperfections. And somebody was like, oh, call the that's the name of the record. Evil with I think Jake called it out. He was like, that's the name of the record.
Yeah.
Evil with Imperfections. That's what this band is. That's what rock and roll is. Rock and roll is a little bit evil, and it's not fucking perfect. And we're not perfect, and we're a little bit evil. That's what we are.
Yeah.
And that's just how it came out. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it was literally a rambling of how cool we thought the song sounded. And
yeah, it works. It works. Yeah. It works. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, man. and again, in anticipation of talking to you, I did listen to the album again this afternoon. The song NFA.
Yes.
Stands for no fucking around.
Yes, sir.
But did I not hear it? Is that term used at all in the song to explain what it means?
There is a line in that song that says "Leave no time for fucking around."
Okay. So it's a little more covert.
Yeah, it's a little more covert, but yeah, I mean that song. That's actually like we hate that song.
You know?
Yeah, like that was the only song after we were done with the record and we were done recording. We were like, we're never gonna play that song again. We're done playing that. Like,
why is that though? Like, what is it that strikes a chord with you guys that you don't like it?
I think it's just the longest one we've been playing. The longest, you know, it's been around for a long time. You know,
it's like you guys is Freebird. Yeah, you never want to hear it again.
Yeah, we're just done with that one. We really like it still. Like it's fun to hear or whatever. We like the song and like how it came out. But like, God, dude, none of us want to play it.
I've got my favorites written down, man. And well, first of all, I think the Loaded track is a great way to open an album, man. That's how you open an album, kids.
Jake's drums.
Yeah. Yes.
It's perfect, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I mean, but the two that I like the most, Feel It and Let Loose, are my two particular favorites.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask why? Why do you like them? What stood out for them?
I don't know that I can ever really put a finger on why I like a song. Like, I guess when it just, when it washes over me, I just feel a certain way. After it's done, I just kind of, that's not to impugn any of the rest of them, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like some of the riffs. Like, I like in that song License, that kind of wah-wah guitar in there. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. But those songs grabbed you. They got your groove.
I like the vocal harmonizing in Jaded Eyes. That was nice.
That's a fun song. That's our prom song.
Yeah. And then Slow Walk is the one you guys close the album with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too. That one's good too, man. You open and close strong.
Yeah, always, dude. Open and close strong. It's like a roller coaster. You know what I mean? You want to start with a big hill, end with a nice big hill. Like,
and I don't want to say that anything in between, man. You know, I know this is probably like a trite term, man, but it is all killer, no filler, though.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
That's how an album should be, though, man. I find nowadays, man, that that there's not many albums, man. Maybe this is why attention spans have dwindled, man. Just because nobody's putting out albums, man, that you can drop a needle on and stomach from start to finish. You know what I mean? It's becoming a rarity. I think people know maybe their deeper tracks are not going to get fucked with as much, man. So they just concentrate on, hey, let's do 9 or 10 songs. And we'll just fucking hope that they get listened to, but we'll make sure that we at least have 2 or 3 shining stars. It used to be everything was a shining star.
Yeah, and you want to try to make everything a shining star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it. Not, you don't win every battle.
You don't.
Not everything's a winner.
No,
but,
you don't.
You just try your best. You know what I mean? And I appreciate those kind words from you, man. And I appreciate you listening to the record and taking it in a a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm being truthful about that, man. I really don't find a lot of, it's like if I'm puttering around the house, doing housework, doing this, doing that, have free time in my day to listen to music. I hate to do it, but I fall back on like, okay, what do I want to listen to? I'm going through my phone or whatever. All right, here's another album from 1988 that I'll go back and listen to. You know what I mean? Like that reminds me of my childhood, or you know what I mean? Like it just okay, I can't find anything like in 2025 that's really grabbing me. So it's refreshing when I do find an album that's grabbing me.
Yeah. I mean, thank you so much, man.
And what are your listening trends like? I mean, are you able to find new music, or do you kind of fall back on shit that's comfortable to you? That's a fond memory for you.
I think here living in Detroit, it's really easy to find new music.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's a new band putting out a new EP every week here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody's doing something new. And I like everybody. Like, everybody local is doing something cool. I can listen to rap. I can listen to rock. I can listen to country.
Yeah.
I can listen to techno. I listen to everything. So
yeah,
I like a lot. But honestly, like, lately I've been going back to like some older stuff that I've always listened to. Like Hard Times by the Laughing Hyenas. I've been jamming that record a lot. What else? The Coasters. They're like
you're really going back. Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of the Coasters. Poison Ivy. I love that song. That's like but I'm also like right now I'm like looking for inspiration for the new record. So I'm doing a good mix of like what inspired me before, and I'm looking for new inspiration.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah, lately it's been like I've had a hard feel for like just stuff from the 40s and 50s and like just like singer groups. I really, really like a lot of that stuff right now.
Well, you also come from an area that was, I mean, come on, man, Motown was born
Motown.
There.
I mean, it's in our fucking blood.
It is.
You know what I mean? I think I was born with it. So
I do believe that. I do believe that, man. You know what I mean? Like if you come from an area, man, like where like the sound was specifically manifested, man, you can't help but have it infused in you in some way, shape, or form.
I think so too. Like I think bands that come out of Detroit, I think a lot of them, most of them, sound like Detroit.
Even if they're heavy, they have soul in there somewhere. There's soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's always soul in it. You know what I mean? Somewhere in that music, it could be metal, but like somewhere in there's some soul. And you know what I mean, it always sounds like Detroit, I think.
And so what's your own, I talked about the band's creative process, but you specifically, if you're going to put pen to paper, man, are you a creative type that kind of just like lets it come to you throughout the day and maybe you're putting stuff in your phone or whatever? Or do you sit down and treat it like punching a clock, working? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to treat this like a job and I'm going to create.
It's more like a whenever thing. Like I'll be driving in my car and I'll take my phone out and be like, scat up, da 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 da. I'll scat into my phone and like I'll send it to the guys and be like, it sounds stupid, I know, but just try to listen to me.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of times like I'll get out of bed. Like I'll be laying down with my lady and it's nighttime. We're trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's like 11:30. And I'll just pop out of bed and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I got a guitar riff. I have to go write this right now or it's gonna go away.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, I don't write music, but I like to write. You know what I mean? And oddly enough, creativity hits you a lot of times, and you're afraid to go back to bed because you might miss it.
Yeah, you're gonna miss it. If
and
you go to sleep and wake up, you're gonna forget whatever that magic was you had going on last night is gonna go away. I firmly believe that art and creativity, this comes from a muse. You know what I mean? And she only calls once. You know what I mean? She's not gonna call back later in an hour. You know what I mean? If she's calling you, she needs you right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you need to go now. It's not like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna play around with it and maybe I'll call her back. No, you need to go now. And you need to get it out now. And that's how you're gonna produce something really, really good. If you listen to that calling in yourself to go do that.
Right. Either get this in the phone or down on paper or somewhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. Anything at all to remember this. Etch it in your hand. Whatever you got to do. Like, yeah.
So what do you do, man? Do you so do you keep like paper and pen like next to the bed, or the phone? Is it usually?
Well, I always got my phone on me. You know.
Yeah, the phone's the go-to. Yeah.
Like I said, like this, there's recording gear right underneath my house in my basement.
Yeah, that's
set up 24/7, 365, always here for my disposal. Like I can come record drums, guitar, bass, vocals, a whole song anytime I want. Like
that's nice.
Yeah. And I think it's something that like every musician should really invest in is like just get a way for you to like be able to record yourself in a good enough manner for like your own demos. You know what I mean? You don't have to put it out. Just so you can listen to it and like coherently understand your ideas, you know.
If we recap all this, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of good, useful information for young artists here, man. You've got a lot of foresight for being such a young band. I agree with the, you know, what I mean, like with the muse and you know, responding to it and you know, when the spontaneity of the art hits you, you got to do something about it immediately, and you know, all that stuff you're saying is pretty wise beyond your. If you don't mind, how old are you?
26.
Yeah, you're wise beyond your years, young fella.
Dude, like I said, man, like all of our family members played music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've always been around it.
Yeah.
And, when I turned 18, like I was in bands through high school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they did okay. We never really played out. You know, we played at some houses. Right. But when I turned 18, I started playing drums for this band called Harry Queen.
Yep.
And those guys were all like in their 50s and 60s and had been playing punk rock since the 80s.
Yep.
And those guys really, really showed me the way. Like if I could just say Pat Spear and Scott Koskinen, like those two guys showed me like how to do this, how to be in a band, how to get along with guys, how to not let anything get to you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you're in a band, you're also in a band with all of their girlfriends, and
Right?
all of their wives and their families. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
You have to, this is a family, and we all work together, and it's a, you know what I mean? Those guys taught me how to do this, and I really look up to them and thank them for the morals that they gave me. And my dad, you know, my uncle, those guys were always fucking playing and touring before we were around. So
yeah, you don't want to forget the mentors, man. You always want to shout out the mentors. You know what I mean?
dude,
Like,
Aaron Tucker, Jeremy Arnold.
Yeah.
They gave us everything, all the knowledge that we have about this shit. And, you know, if I could just pass it on to anybody else, any other young musicians, you know, that's the thing. Just follow it. You don't stop.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody tells you.
Right.
Don't stop.
Yeah, because
it
is easy to throw in the towel. Because I said earlier, it is a tough time to be in the business right now, man. But this is when you have to really dig in extra hard nowadays.
Yeah, you got to dig in. You got to want it for yourself. You know what I mean? And like this also might sound crappy coming from me. This might make me sound like conceited or something like that. But don't like do what other people are trying to get you to do. You know what I mean? And like, don't succumb to other people. Like, if you're playing music and you want to play and you really want to go do this, and like, you know, your band doesn't want to go tour, well, maybe go find a band that wants to go tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have the
like,
same
those
goal.
might be your best friends, and it might hurt you to do something, but like, if you want to do it, man, it's possible. It's not hard. Send some emails. You'll get on a stage. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Like, just put the work in. You know what I mean? You got to want it. You got to want it. You know, there were members in this band, because this band's been playing for about 4 years, Cherry Drop.
Yep.
And it's just this year that, like, we got Jake on drums. We got a solid lineup. Everybody wants the same thing now. You know what I mean?
That helps.
Yeah. That
everybody rowing in the same direction.
Yeah. Make sure everybody in your band wants to do the same thing. Make sure everybody wants the same stuff. You know, if somebody doesn't want to leave the state, well, fuck, it's going to be hard to go play in Texas.
Right.
You know,
right.
It's going to be hard to go. Like, you know, just do what you want to do for yourself. You know, don't listen to other people. Don't stop.
You need to start a seminar and charge people for this vital information.
Nah, man, it's free. Like, this is free. It was free for me.
Hear that? The wisdom is free. Just open your ears and heed it. That's all.
Yeah, man. I can lead you to water. I can't make you drink.
Right. I tell people that all the time, man. Like when I tell them, you know, after I log off here and try to tell people how to find the band that I just had on. Hey, listen, everyone knows how to use their internet nowadays. You know what I mean? Just put in Cherry Drop. I'm sure they'll find you fucking guys, you know? I'm giving Instagrams. I'm giving this page because everybody's everywhere nowadays, you know?
Yeah, they are. And I don't know everything. Like, I didn't come up with all the stuff I'm saying. I read it from other guys, and like I learned it from those guys. Like,
it's been there.
That's who taught me that, you know.
But yet, it's indispensable wisdom, though. It is,
man.
Yeah,
it's super important, and it's something that I think every musician should hear. You know, if you're trying to do it in a serious manner, you know.
Yeah. So before I let you out of here, if people do want to tap in, follow Cherry Drop for the journey. Keep up with what's going on with you guys. Like I said, I know everyone's out there somewhere. Where's the best place to find you guys?
The best place is probably our Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just where we post the most. We're always posting stories. We're always posting our friends' bands, other bands. You know what I mean?
Yes, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say our Instagram. If I could shout out a couple people before we leave real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody, Supreme Mystic. I'm sure all your fans are jamming Supreme Mystic already.
They should be. I told him I've told him long and hard, and every time Chino's on here, and he's only been on here twice, but we talk a lot. But he checked the analytics. I think he mentioned this in the episode. He is one of my more higher viewed musical episodes. He hasn't been beat out by a lot of people, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this around too, dude. So hopefully he gets some more views, and your page is getting some more views out.
I hope so. I hope so. And I'll tell you, man, when I started podcasting, it was really just like anybody else. It was just like, hey, this would be fun. Have some great conversations with people that I've listened to and I've admired. Maybe turn myself onto some new music. I never really thought that it would take off. And I guess by podcast standards, it really hasn't. I mean, I am at the point where I could monetize it, but it wouldn't be enough money for me to turn over my tax info to YouTube. But I am. You do got to be north of 1,000 subscribers, which I never even thought I would get to that. That boggles my mind. And then I look at other people like like Joe Rogan, who has like, 10 million subscribers, and I think how small time I am, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I have a day job. I'm not doing this because I'm going to be a content creator, quit my job and have some delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
you're having fun, man.
I'm having fun. I like the conversation. Fun. Yeah, I'm from an era of conversation and people talking and conversing and just, free form stuff. We might be talking about your album 1 minute. We might be talking about, spirituality the next minute or books the next minute. That's what it's really all about,
Yeah, man. It's just about connection, dude.
Connections,
and meeting people and hanging out,
Yeah. Go ahead. Shout them out. Who are we?
Dude, Sonic Smut, Mike Latcha, Alice Sun, David Swick, you guys are the best. The Velvet Snakes, those are some brothers of ours. We love those guys. Pepper and the Heavy Boys and the Lucid Furs, we love those guys too. Edison Hollow, you guys are amazing. But yeah, man, just like those are all Detroit bands. They're all really good friends of ours. You should go check them out. Like,
you got to network the boys, man. You got to be down and loyal with your own specific community first and foremost, man. Your Detroit music community. You guys got to be all fucking lifting each other up,
Dude, and I think Detroit does that best.
And that's one thing that they said to tie this all back in when you brought that PJ20 documentary up. That's one thing that they said about the Seattle community. Other communities would have competitive bands and they would try to fucking knock each other down. All those Seattle guys were supportive. Soundgarden wanted to see Pearl Jam do great and vice versa. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to see everybody do great. There was enough room at the table for everybody. You know what I mean? You go to other towns and it's just like, oh, that's another Texas band or that's another New York band. You know what I mean? I want to sabotage them. I hope they fucking do lousy. You know what I mean? Like,
slash their tires on the way to a show.
Yeah. Or go around the spreading propaganda or some false rhetoric about them. These guys are no good. Their drummer, is a fucking this or that. You know what I mean? Like, try to trip each other up at every turn,
Yeah, dude. I think that it's hard to get away from that stuff.
Yeah.
But Detroit has done a really good job of being like, all the different little scenes and cliques, they all intermingle. Everybody knows each other and talks to each other. You know what I mean? We might be like in different little cliques and different scenes, but we're all friends.
Yeah.
And everybody holds everybody's bands up and talks about them and promotes everybody else's bands. And, it's a really cool thing that I'm super thankful that we have here in Detroit. Even people from out of state, like people from Ohio will come play here and they're like, man, like your guys' community here is so supportive. And it's like, we love each other. We're all in the same fight. Why would you shoot your own soldier? Like, that guy's playing music too. Don't fight him. Like you're on the same front line.
And then if somebody makes it, man, you can take somebody for the ride. If the cherry drops fucking tomorrow, or if Cherry Drop tomorrow gets fucking seen by Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters want to take you on tour, then maybe you become a huge thing, and then suddenly you're taking out Edison Hollow or somebody. You remember your community and try to do them a solid down the road.
Yeah, man. Always support everybody, dude.
Yeah.
Hold your boys up.
Hold your boys up. Yeah.
Higher than yourself.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you've got Chino down there, man. Chino will be a beacon of light for everybody, dude. He'll keep everybody spiritually harmonious.
Dude, he does. I mean, he does. And that guy too. He is so supportive of new music and people's bands and just like him, dude. He wants everybody to eat all the time.
Yeah. Well, he comes from that hardcore community, and they have an ethos and a work ethic. Roll your sleeves up, nose to the grindstone, hustle. You know what I mean? And again, fucking be good to the people around you, man. Lift everybody up, man. There's a commonality. We're all in the fight. We're all pushing back against the man. We're all trying to get places. You know what I mean? He's an old school hardcore guy.
Yeah.
He is. He's got those values.
Shows, you know what I mean? He's all about pushing people. Dude,
I mean, Supreme Mystic is a little bit of a departure from traditional hardcore. There's elements in there, man. But I like that he's branched out, though, and he's infused his spiritual beliefs and some spirituality into it. And he's infused a little bit of the grunge sound and just some classic rock in there. You can still hear the punk rock and the hardcore undertones, though.
Yeah, you can hear these undertones. But, I mean, Chino's grown. You know what I mean? Just like any good musician should.
Exactly.
And the way he grows, it's so awesome to watch. You know what I mean? He used to be the most high-flying bass player you'd ever see, and now he is probably the heaviest bass player I've ever seen. When he plants his foot down on the stage and looks at the audience, he's not fucking around.
Right.
It's serious.
Yeah.
And it shows, and it's cool. I salute that man, dude. I commend him.
And the other day, he came on and started off the podcast episode with one of those badass Chinese hats on, too.
I love him, man.
He knows how to make an entrance. He knows how to
I started that podcast this morning, and I was making my cup of coffee when I started it. And then it came on, and you were like, "What is that hat?" And I was like, "What's he talking about over there?" And I'm dying laughing.
And then I said, "Where do I get one of those?" And he's just like, "Oh, you just can't get one of these hats."
And that's funny, Chino. I got one of them hats.
Do you?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Boy, you guys fucking so. All right. You know, since Chino wouldn't cut me in on the secret, and his was really nice though. He had different like bandanas of different colors sewed into his, man. But where do you wear a hat like that? That's very just fucking awesome.
I can't give it up, man. It's a secret.
All right, I respect it. I respect it, man.
The secret of the hat.
Secret of the hat. I guess I got to do my own digging then. I guess got to do my own digging. It gives me a project. It gives me a project. You know, I gave you a project to read Mark Lanigan's book, man. This is my project.
That's your project. Go get a sweet hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, I have sweet hats, man, but that hat is in a different league of hats. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've got some sweet hats, but you know, they're garden variety. You know, they're of the baseball hat variety. Maybe they have cool logos or they're cool. Got some cool bucket hats or whatever, man. But that hat is in a whole different league. You know, that's not a hat that you just throw on for any occasion when you're running out the house.
It's a different kind of sweet.
It's special. It's special. Yeah. Listen, man, I appreciate you doing this, though, man. This was a fun conversation, man. Really.
Dude, I appreciate you having me on, man, and checking out the record. Thank you so much, man.
Of course. And I'm sure I'll have this up probably tomorrow, dude. So I'll send you the link, and you can share it around on wherever the hell you share stuff around.
Dude, yeah, I'll share it all around. Dude.
Yeah, social media.
Thank you again so much, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Stay in touch, man. We'll do this again, man, for sure. Next time, man, we'll get all the boys on here.
Hopefully, we will. Hopefully, in a couple months, we'll see you in New York, man. Maybe we'll hang out.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, listen, if you're anywhere in my neck of the woods, now I have had a couple back surgeries, which is why I can't do the long car rides. I can't go 4 hours to shows no more. It's hard,
man. If we're near Syracuse, I'll get at you, dude.
You get at me, man. Yeah, you got a place to crash? Yeah, I'll give you whatever you need, man. I'm always there to help out the bands, man.
Cool, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Really fun talking to you, Lucas. We'll talk again, my friend.
We'll talk, brother.
All right. Later, my man. Thank you.
Thank you. Later.
And there he goes, folks. Lucas Tucker. Please go check out his band. I haven't in quite a while really touted a newer band, but the band is Cherry Drop. They are from Detroit. There are certainly elements of punk rock, but as Lucas so poetically said it, it is just raw, gritty, raunchy Detroit rock and roll. And I just want to leave it at that. He simplified it. And I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to stand on what he said, man. The album just dropped in June. It is called Evil with Imperfections. A lean, mean, 9 songs, 32 minutes, man. It is all killer, no filler. Your boy Reckless Rexx would not steer you guys wrong in the least. Never have, never will. So, listen, if I'm staking my rep on it, man, and I'm telling you guys, go out and do yourself a favor and feast your ears on this album, please do it, man. Plus, you just saw that Lucas is one hell of a solid guy. Great front, man. If you want to check out what they do live, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Very energetic. They put on a great live show from what it seems, and I'm just, gauging what I've seen in videos. But, man, a powerhouse of a band. Cherry Drop, and the album is Evil with Imperfections. Listen, I haven't been blown away by a lot of new music in 2025 or even in recent years, but I've been blown away by this album. I've been bumping it all the time, and I really love it. And I am not someone who will just go out on a limb and just start, hey, check this out and check this out. And if you like that, check this out. I don't do that. You guys know I don't do that. So do yourself a favor. Don't listen to your boy Reckless Rexx. Do yourself a favor. The proof is in the pudding. You go to wherever the hell you listen to music. You put the album on. Then you come back and you tell me your opinion of it, man. I'm just giving you my opinion, but I would love to hear feedback. You guys know I'm super interactive. Get at me in the comment section. Get at me through the Facebook page, and tell me what you think of this album. Evil with Imperfections is the album. Cherry Drop is the band. Straight out of the D. Detroit. Stand Up. Another great band. Just had my boy Chino Noir on here from Supreme Mystic. Detroit is doing they thing, and I love it, man. Great community out there, man. And as Lucas said, all lifting each other up. That's what it's all about. That's the sense of community and just having fun and keeping it loose and not always perfect. Guy said all the right things, man, and I love it, man. That's the true rock and roll spirit, man. So awesome conversation. Now I'll go into pimp mode, pimp my own podcast. The pimp hand is feeling somewhat strong, so we're going to give it a go. make sure to tap into Pod Scum on Facebook. Both of my podcasts, one Facebook page, too lazy to do two. So Off the Couch Boxing and Pod Scum, that's the Facebook page. Tap into us there. And of course, if you're watching right now, you're in the right place. Pat yourself on the back. Enjoy the content. Dive in. We're north of 280 episodes of Off the Couch Boxing, and we are north of 300 episodes of Pod Scum. So there's plenty to sink your teeth into. It's a treasure trove of amazing conversations, whether you pick one podcast or the other. We do our thing on both of them. Dive on in. Some amazing conversations. So tap into us, man. And of course, if you're here on the page, like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell to stay tapped in. This is where you need to be right here. Facebook, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, you can check us out there. Also, I do want to say that I've gotten a little more active on Instagram. So you can also check us out on Instagram, Off the Couch Boxing and Pod Scum on Instagram. I'm 52 years old. I'm not up to snuff on what you kids are out there doing with the technology all the time. But someone got in my ear and said, be a little more active on Instagram. So that's creeping up there a little bit as well, man. We're getting some followers. We're getting a little traction. I'm putting up all my YouTube shorts or my reels on the Instagram page as well and sharing them there. So you can get at us there. But still, man, your best bet is the Facebook page. And, of course, being right here with me with these great conversations. So this is your boy, Reckless Rexx, another one in the books. And I want to remind you guys to take it easy. Oh, first of all, I want to thank Lucas Tucker. Let me give myself a timeout for a minute. I was getting all ahead of myself there. Lucas Tucker, thank you so much. I'm digging your band, and you will soon be digging Mark Lanigan's Sing Backwards and Weep. And I want you to get at me personally. This is a message to you when you watch this episode back. Get at that book. Let me know what you think. Mark Lanigan is a personal hero. He's the only person that I could actually hang a poster of in my bedroom without my wife giving me shit about it. He's hanging there, watching over me. Love him. Rest in peace, the great Mark Lanigan. And again, Lucas Tucker, thank you so much for being on Pod Scum. And now I will remind you guys that this is your boy, Reckless Rexx, telling you to take it easy and keep it sleazy.